pleasant good evening. It's 11:06 on Saturday, the 18th day of December, year 2021. As promised, we are back here with an update as it relates to the election results of the PNCR's 21st Biannual Delegates Congress. Of course, you know that the Congress commenced this morning at 9 a.m. sharp. And of course, you had remarks by the party chairman, Comrade Valder Lawrence. And of course, then we went internal to internal party affairs, of which the leader of the PNC, David Granger, and Party General Secretary's report was played for the local members on the Zoom platform. And then, of course, at 11 o'clock this morning, the electoral process commenced with the Chief Elections Officer, Mr. Vincent Alexander, declaring all office vacant. And of course, the election process started. The election process concluded at 7 p.m. this evening. And of course, we went into the counting of those results. Those results would have had to have been counted at the place of poll, and the information from there has been transmitted to the Chief Elections Officer, Mr. Vincent Alexander, who is the sole person who can make official declaration of the results of the PNCR's 21st Biannual Delegates Congress. Here now with me in studio is Mr. Vincent Alexander, the CEO, Chief Elections Officer for the PNCR's 21st Biannual Delegates Congress. Mr. Zander, good evening. All of Guyana, all of the world are holding their breath, and they're wanting an update as it relates to the results of the elections. Update from you, sir.
Thank you very much, Chris. We are at the point where we have the results of various counts as opposed to the results of the elections. It's unfortunate that the platform which I am on is not available to the public at large, because if it were available, they would see that the count is ongoing. And the count is ongoing because the last category to be counted is that of the Central Executive. There were 123 persons who were contesting, and it's a very tedious counting process. As Chief Elections Officer, I undertake to provide a preliminary declaration of the results as soon as, and that may well be early in the morning. No one is in a position at this point in time to declare a result, because no one is in possession of all of the information required for that declaration. As soon as that information is available, there will be one composite declaration, preliminary albeit, to be made to the public at large. And so I encourage the public not to be caught up in their anxiety and to be speculating about the results. Speculation doesn't make anything real. The real thing will be given to you latest tomorrow. Even as my colleagues along the coast continue the count. Much of the counting is finished. I would say almost all of the positions, the counting is finished, but that count is not a tabulation. It is only the Chief Elections Officer who does a tabulation. Anybody who tells you what the results are overall, that person can only be speculating. I will be giving you the real result, resulting from the tabulation. No tabulation has been done, bringing all of those disparate results together as yet. But that should be concluded overnight, early into the new day. And so, have a good night's rest. Not be bothered. It has gone pretty well in terms of process, and we will bring in the results to you in full confidence in the process.
Excellent. Thank you, Mrs. Zander. But just quickly, North American region, does that include the North American region?
Oh, certainly it does. Certainly does include the North American region. Their count probably was the quickest of counts, but will be included in the overall declaration of the preliminary count. You see, you get one result, and then you start to speculate that this is a reflection of all of the results, and people go haywire in that regard. We will give you a complete report latest tomorrow.
Excellent. All right, so we'll leave it there, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard from the Chief Elections Officer, Mr. Vincent Alexander, and of course he presided over the PNCR's 21st Biannual Delegates Congress. And just to quickly recap what he said, as we've been saying here throughout the day's proceeding, that the only person that can make a declaration of the results is the Chief Elections Officer, which happens to be Comrade Vincent Alexander. We'll close for the night, and of course we will be joined with you tomorrow when Mr. Alexander is prepared to make his official declaration of the results. On behalf of my technical team here at Congress Place, Sophia, we'd like to thank you very much for viewing today's proceedings of the PNCR's 21st Biannual Delegates Congress. And of course, we invite you to look out tomorrow morning where the official declaration are going to be made by Mr. Vincent Alexander. Until we meet tomorrow morning, have a pleasant rest of your evening. From Congress Place, Sophia, goodbye for now.